everyone. Mark from Plunge 2021 here at the beautiful 116 Bank Street, Whangarei, Northland, New Zealand. I am here with local artist Shane Evans.
Hey, how you going?
Good, Shane. It's lovely to have you here. You've got a stall this year. You've had a stall last couple of years as well. I've seen some of your artworks. Where do you get your inspirations from?
Oh, bad movies, bad comics, bad music.
So just bad all round, and then you make it good.
Well, yeah, I grew up in the 70s. I'm not that old, but I grew up with older brothers who gave me all their dodgy movies and dodgy comics,
Yeah.
and they unfortunately influenced me quite a bit.
In terms of like one of the baddest or dodgiest movies of all time, what would you consider as really up there?
Oh, well, the thing is, some of the bad, dodgy ones I love, so it's hard to. I'd say that as a kid, my brothers gave me Mad Max to watch, which was banned in New Zealand for a while.
Yes, it was.
And I was 9, and I was watching Mad Max. So you can see the kind of influence I had.
Mad Max, for those of you who don't know, was classed when it initially came to New Zealand as an R18 film, and you were 9.
Yes.
Now, they've had the launch of IncrediGirl this year. You've done the cover art. That also then got blown up into this beautiful banner. How was that process for you?
With the cover art, that was just me taking Aru's characters, redrawing them in my style a wee bit. I said I was going to tidy them up, do it in my style, because no point asking someone to do your artwork if you don't do your style.
Yep.
I did 4 or 5 different covers for them, so I gave them a few versions. I did some sketches. The poster, the giant banner, was actually black and white artwork that we actually gave to Girls High.
Wow.
So they've done a good job copying my style. So that was a very easy art job for me.
What is your style? Like, who are the artists that you gravitate towards? Who are the artists that you sort of really, that you go, man, I just love their work?
Well, you're going to hate this answer, because the artists that I love do not draw anything like me.
Really? Okay.
Because if I can draw like the person that I'm reading, I can do it myself. So people like Simon Beasley and Dave McKean and stuff that I do not draw like are the ones that appeal to me.
I'm a huge fan of Dave McKean. He has done some absolutely amazing album covers. He did Fear Factory, Demanufacture and Obsolete. He's done a number of other ones as well. Now, he's primarily, from my understanding, he's primarily a digital artist. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a lot of photography and digital collaging, basically, because a lot of things, he'll make sculptures, he'll actually paint stuff, but he'll throw it all together in Photoshop. So he's also an award-winning jazz musician, if you want to know.
Really?
So it's real helpful that he's extremely talented. It makes everyone else feel like beginners.
Now, you guys have got another comic that what are you in the process of working on? Now, obviously with IncrediGirl, you did the cover art. For this one, where are you at in that stage? Can you talk a bit about it? Share some information?
I am probably halfway through doing the line work for the first issue. It's a comic called Red Dot.
Right.
It's a vigilante comic. It's kind of Aru loved the Punisher.
Yep.
Actually love the Punisher, so
Who doesn't love the Punisher?
he's doing basically a Kiwi version of the Punisher.
Nice.
And it's about halfway through the black and whites. Unfortunately, it takes a long time when you have a full-time job and you do it after hours. But it's getting there.
Yep.
He's got the whole first 2 issues, I think, planned out. So we're halfway through issue 1, and we're hopefully going to get that done before the end of this year.
That must be a huge challenge as someone who's creative. You have to work a full-time job to be able to pay the bills and do all those sorts of things. But you want to have the freedom to be able to create and do what you want. How long does a comic take from inception to publication?
My ones take too long. I recently did 6 pages in about 2 weeks, which was fast for me because, like I said, a couple hours every night after work.
Yep.
And then I looked at 2 of the pages, did not like them, and spent 3 days redoing those 2.
Right.
So, just because of my own standards or just something on that page just didn't work for me,
Yep.
I ripped it up and started again.
Yeah. And look, I think most people creatively as a whole, that's sort of one of the challenges that they face. They'll plan a piece of art and then they'll reevaluate it again with fresh eyes, and then they'll look at it and go, well, yeah, nah. Is that a fair comment to say?
Absolutely. People tell me how great a painting is of mine or a cover is or something, and because I painted it or drew it, I can see all the areas I don't like.
Yep.
But
Yep.
you do get to a point though where you go, that's good enough. If I do any more, I'm going to wreck it.
Okay.
So it's a balancing act.
So it's always one of those subjective things.
Artwork is kind of annoying. I mean, I love it, but it drives me crazy.
Yep.
It's one of those things you can always get better at,
Yep.
which is the frustrating part because you look back at your old art and you're just like, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
And then occasionally you go through your sketchbook 10 years ago and you find something that looks as good as you're doing now, and you're like, have I improved?
Nice.
But it's like, in general, I think I'm getting better every day. But you know, it's very subjective. It's all personal taste, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes if you have high standards, it actually holds you back.
Yeah. Look at Can Do. Shane Evans, thank you so much for coming down. Plunge 2021 116 Bank Street in Whangarei. Shane has got all of his art tucked away in one of the corners down there. There are some really incredible pieces. I was here last year, and there was some stuff that I really gravitated towards. And it's nice to see that there's a new collection of pieces here as well. Some favourites, some new ones as well. Thank you for coming down. Come on down and see us. We're still going. We're here till 4. Lovely to have you join us. Thanks very much.